Hey guys, it's Artifact, and I watched the Warcraft movie today, and I'm gonna take a video out and just to talk about it, because it's Warcraft. Warcraft's an MMO, so I feel like this is my only excuse to do a video review on my channel. That being said, let's talk about it. I feel like this movie misses the mark at the end of the day. And the sad part about it is that it had a lot of potential to be something special. My biggest takeaway from this movie is it really is a movie of night and day. Let me explain myself. You have the Horde story going on, and you have the Alliance story going on. The Horde story is exceptional, and I really was on the edge of my seat whenever Duratan, Gul'dan, I think that was Garrosh, and whenever it's the orcs, this movie's great. But on the other side of the coin, when it's the Alliance guys, that's when the movie's not great. And it really does feel like two different movies sometimes. I'm gonna talk about the Horde first because those were my favorite parts of the movies, and I'll talk about the stuff I liked. This movie has a really good opening segment where it's setting up the Horde, it's setting up Duratan, and there's a scene where Gul'dan is like holding a lifeless baby in his hands, and he looks at a deer and he sucks the life from the deer to revive the baby. And I thought, and then the Warcraft logo drops with the big music, and I'm like, this is gonna be a really cool movie. That was a great opening act. And then it goes to Alliance, and then you realize, maybe this movie's not gonna be that great. Basically, it follows Duratan, who's a chieftain of a smaller orc pack, and Duratan is starting to lose faith in Gul'dan, because wherever Gul'dan goes, death follows because of the magic, the fell magic. And so there's some tensions there in the Horde, whether they should follow Gul'dan or follow Duratan. And that plot is really interesting, and I really enjoyed anything that was orc in this movie. This whole movie does the Horde justice, right? Gul'dan is like the star of the show, Duratan is the star of the show, and whenever one of those two is on screen, the movie just flies in a good way. Now, it's time to talk about the Alliance. So, just a disclaimer, I'm still new to the Warcraft lore and the Warcraft universe, so I don't know everything about everything. But I feel like they changed some things for the Alliance to fit the movie.
I don't have a target.
What I wish they did with the Alliance side was set up Arthas and set up the Lich King for future movies. But instead, they have a lot of characters and plots I don't care about, right? I kind of wish we could have seen Arthas grow up, and you see hints of him turning into the Lich King. I wish we could have seen some Jaina. But it follows like a no-name magician and a half-orc girl, and then Uther. Okay, side note, it turns out that's not Uther. That's supposed to be Anduin Lothar. My ears were wrong. But that being said, I still stand by that they did the Alliance really dirty in this movie. And the cast didn't work for me that well. Uther kind of feels like a discount Strider from Lord of the Rings. The magician guy was just flat, and the orc girl felt really forced. Uther has a kid in this, but he's not Arthas. some kid, I can't remember. But basically, what I'm trying to say is, like, I wish they set things up for the Alliance. If I'm correct, I guess this is like 10, 15 years before the Lich King, just because towards the end of the movie, Uther looks at a young Varian and said, "Can't wait for you to be king," or something like that. But again, the Alliance just felt so all over the place. And whenever they were on screen, I just wanted to get back to the orcs. The Magician didn't do me anything. The Orc Girl didn't do anything. King Vale didn't do anything for me. This might sound bitter or petty, but I kind of wish the Alliance guys were a bit more muscular, right? I'm not asking for, like, WWE guys, but at the same time, I feel like these soldiers of the Alliance should be a bit more bigger than an average person. Another thing about this movie is I feel like it just goes 30 minutes too long. There are points where this movie drags. And you think it's wrapping up, and then it's like, JK, here's another 15 minutes. And then you think it's wrapping up again, and it's like, here's another 15 minutes. And at the last 45 minutes, you're like, yeah, I'm getting kind of bored of this movie. If it wants to end, it could end. Even though I will say, the last fight with Durotan and Gul'dan, where Gul'dan takes off his robe and he's still a badass without using his magic. But he starts to lose, so he starts to cheat and uses his magic anyways. So the orcs kind of turn on him. I thought that was a great moment. But, yeah, I don't know. It's another video game movie. I thought Sonic was good, but other than that, like, you know, it's... And that's what hits hardest, is because I feel like it could have been special, but it tried a bit too hard to be like Lord of the Rings. It tried a bit too hard to be Harry Potter. It tried too hard to be the next big movie franchise. But yeah, those were my thoughts on Warcraft and Blizzard, Warner Brothers. If you're ever gonna do it again, get Drew McIntyre to be the Lich King. Like, no joke. Alright, thanks for watching, and Artifact out.